Ideal Logic Max boiler installation, or Logic Plus. My name's Alan Hart, and today we're taking out a badly installed Worcester Bosch Combi Boiler, and we're going to replace it with an Ideal Logic boiler. It's an Ideal Logic Max or an Ideal Logic Plus Combi Boiler. I'm going to do that, show you the old install, show you how badly it's been installed, and then we'll have a look at installing the new boiler and also go through some of the controls. This boiler, we're going to put an open Therm control on this as well, with a Nest thermostat with open Therm, so that might be interesting for you to see as well. If you could, please, if you find these videos useful, please put a thumbs up, also add a comment below, and if you have subscribed, please ring the bell, because the bell means that you'll get notifications. How YouTube work is, just by subscribing, it doesn't actually mean you get notifications. So if you could do that, that'd be great. Let's have a look at this boiler. This is a Worcester Bosch Combi Boiler, and it's been badly installed. The gas supply's actually been disconnected by the gas transporter. They've been out and they've cut the gas off. I'm not sure what the reason is of that. Sorry about the camera angle here. This just shows you how level the boiler is. So obviously the boiler, it's a long way out. It's only a short boiler and it's a long way out. So as you can see, it's not installed very well. If we have a look underneath, we can see that there's no clips. You can't really clip this because it's got the damp proofing on, but it's all plastic pipe as well underneath. Obviously, well, normally we would need 1 metre of copper minimum when we connect to a boiler. You can just see that it just looks a right mess as well. And if we have a look up at the top, if we look at the flue, we can see it's been filled with expanding foam, and it just looks a mess. It's just really untidy. I mean, please put a comment below, let me know what you think to this, whether you think it's a good install or what your opinion is. Please remember, if you're going to work on a gas boiler, you must be gas safe registered or competent to do so. So just remove the flue now and just take the boiler off the wall. Obviously we've drained the heating down, done all our safety checks, tested the electrics with multimeter, TB118, remember that. That's for your safety checks. Behind the boiler, it's not in very good condition, so we're going to have to do something with that. We'll just get the template now for the boiler while the flue's in, just to line it all up and see, make sure it all fits all okay. Just removed the expanding foam now. You can see there's a big hole, so I wanted to sort that out. And if we have a look at this wall here, we can see that it's quite far out with the level. We've used some 18mm marine ply on this, so it's waterproof. I've also phoned Ideal just to make sure that they're happy with ply on the wall, and they said there was no problem. So I've just got Darren here. Darren's the electrician, and Darren's just going to lift the boiler onto the wall now that it's all level. We're now going to connect the new flue onto the boiler, and this is just a picture just to show you how not to install the flue. So we just need to do this flue so there's no white on show. So when the seal goes on it, it goes on here, which I'll come back to that shortly, and I'll show you that. I'll just show you upstairs here, look. So that's our flue there. Obviously that's going to be done correctly. But if we look up here, first of all, condensate, it's just like an overflow. And then look at that flue. And then worse than that, look above it. We've got an old flue that just sticks out. Just got Darren putting a tightness test on now, just to make sure that we've got no gas leaks. He's removed the cap, and we're just testing the flue, or measuring the flue, to make sure we've got the correct clearances. And because this flue is less than 2 meters, so you can see it's about 1.8 meters, we've installed a terminal guard on there as well. If we look inside at the ideal logic, this connection here for the PRV, it needs to be compression. So we've put a compression socket on there. And if we have a look underneath the boiler, we've got the ideal system filter. So an Amiga filter really, so the Fernox Amiga filter. And we've also got a shock arrestor on there just to protect the boiler. So you need to check your installation instructions to see if you need that shock arrestor or not. If we have a look at the wiring on the ideal logic, please only do this or look at this if you're competent with electrics or if you're a qualified electrician. But first of all, if we look on the left hand side, we've got the thermostat, and the thermostat is optional. And then we've got the timer or the room stat. So this is a 240 or 230 link, and this is for just a normal standard on-off control. We've then got the mains power supply. So that's your live and neutral and earth that comes in. And this is just on a flexible cable. So you can just connect that into your fuse spur. So the Ideal's made this really, really easy to wire. And also you can just have plug-in controls with the Ideal logic. So you could just wire that in and just plug your controls in on the front. If we have a look on this side, we've got the weather comp plug or connection. So that would be if you've got an outside sensor. We've then got the open Therm connection, and this is what we're going to use today. So we're going to take this link out on the open Therm connection, and we're going to wire the Nest learning thermostat into this. If we go over to our Nest thermostat now, so we're going to go to the heat link part of the Nest thermostat. And again, this needs a 240 supply to this part of the Nest heat link. And as blue wire, that is as neutral wire. And then the brown wire, that's the live. So that's the 230 or 240, whichever volts in. And then obviously we've got an earth wire as well. And then we've got us open Therm connections, and these are low voltage, so never ever put mains power to these connections. And these then connect back to the connection on the boiler. So as you can see here, these are low voltage, and these low voltage connections connect into the open Therm connections back at the boiler, and they're low voltage as well. I really do like the Nest thermostat. I think it's a really good thermostat. It works really well on open Therm as well. Ideal do have a new control which is said to be very good. I haven't installed one of them yet, but maybe I will do on the next job. We're now going to commission the boiler, and with the logic, the display is absolutely amazing. And always read the installation instructions for commissioning. But what we've got here, I'm just checking on high, I'm just checking my burner pressure. So I've got like almost 20 millibar. So we know that we've got the correct gas size for one. I'm also checking the high with the flue gas analyzer at the same time. But as I say, always check with the installation instructions to make sure that you're testing your high and your low. And do you need to do it in hot water? Do you need to do it in central heating? And what you need to do for your benchmark. As we can see there, that the boiler, I've got on central heating maximum rate, and then afterwards always make sure that you test and spray your test nipple after. And if we go back to the boiler terminals, just to show you, I've left the room stat link in, and I've removed the open Therm one, so it works on open Therm. If we just have a quick look at this front display, if we click into the menu, you've got your super efficiency level. So that once the open Therm's been working for a while, when I come back next year, this will give a really good reading on this. And then you can go to your service phone number, so you can put your own phone number in here if you like. So you just go through that and type in your phone number for customer. If we just click just click through that for now and then go back into the menu and scroll down again. You can go to change service time, you can go into fault history, which is really good. Shows you on this, it shows that we've had a low water pressure fault, and that's because we drained the water out of the boiler. Fault help, also vent system, and this is really important. When you install the boiler for the first time, it's really important that you put it into this mode, and it'll get all the air out of the system, or it'll get the air out. Obviously you still need to bleed the radiators, but it'll get the air out of the boiler. And if we scroll down to the sensor readings, this could help you with benchmark, and this will give you your temperature readings if you click into this one. And pump, fan, valves, flow temperature, minimum rate, maximum central heating rate as well on this. And this is for when you're doing service mode. This is really good. If we go into pump modulation, this is actually factory set at 70%, so you can increase that if you wanted to. You've also got your outdoor sensor slope as well. If you did have an outside sensor or weather comp sensor, then this is where you would adjust the slope. So you just click into that and adjust the slope on that. You can also change the freeway valve or the diverter valve to the mid position if you were going to replace the diverter head as well. So that's a useful feature. And that's the Idealogic Plus or Idealogic Max boiler installation. Please put a comment below. Let me know what you think to this install and what you think to these boilers. Be really useful. We also replaced a couple of radiators on this job, and this is a very useful tool. This is an olive puller, and there's all different versions. This is the Monument one. So that's your Idealogic boiler installation. Please put a comment below. Let me know what you think to what it was like before with the Worcester. To me, absolutely shocking how boilers are left like this. The standards need to improve. This is just not acceptable in my opinion. So please, if you see any jobs like this, please send them in. Let's do a video about them. And if you do a video, send them on landscape. Also, if you don't agree with anything that I do or say, then send me your videos. I'm happy to publish other people's opinions and views as well. So for instance, if I do a review on, I don't know, inhibitor or the AD Pro Check, for instance, and if you don't agree with any of the reviews I do, send me your reviews in and I'll upload them and let other people decide. So this channel is balanced then, you know. I want this channel to be about everybody in the heating industry and just build a trusted and honest platform, really. And I'm babbling on again. Yeah, open Therm as well on the Nest, with the Nest. Really good on the Idealogic boiler. What do I think to the Idealogic boiler? I've not installed an Idealogic for, it's about 4 years now, and this is the first one that I've installed in a customer's property. And to be honest, I've sort of missed installing them. They're really easy to install. In the past they did have some issues with sumps. Hopefully that's been addressed now. They've got long warranties on these boilers now, so as long as the boilers are serviced, then you're not really going to have any issues at all. So if you have had a new boiler fitted, if you've had an Idealogic boiler fitted, make sure that you have the boiler serviced every year, and make sure that it's been serviced correctly as well. So pumping the expansion vessel up, stripping the boiler down, cleaning it out, very important. But as always, follow the installation instructions and do what the manufacturers require for that particular boiler or brand. Yeah, so in my opinion, I really like the logic. I think the display on the front is really good. It's easy to install. The connections for the electrics are really good. I mean, they're better than they used to be on the last model. The wires come out of the bottom and they're sort of external to the combustion part of it. So yeah, I think as I say, I think as an installer, it's a really nice boiler to install. And yeah, I'd like to know your opinion. Put your opinion below. If you install loads of these, put your opinion below. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please, if you can, thumbs up, subscribe, ring that bell, comment below, all that good stuff. All them things help with this video, help with the channel. And also, if you'd like to, we've got the join button now, and every penny that I receive from that join button will be donated to charity. It'll go to a children's cancer charity, which is Candlelighters, which is a charity that's close to my heart. And as I've said previously, I will also match your donation up to a total cap of £1,000. And my plan with that is, if I can get 300 people that pay to join, then that's £2.99 per month. But if I can get 300 people, then we're looking at about 10 grand a year going to charity. So it's just I think it's just a good thing, really. Yeah, have I missed out? Yeah, I mean, I didn't show flushing on that job. Obviously, we would always flush the system out. I've just tried to cover as much as I can without making videos too long. I don't really want to drag them out and make them too long for you. People get bored and don't watch them then. Anyway, I'm babbling on. Thank you for watching, and yeah, thank you.